Yesterday, workers in the Buffalo area successfully voted to unionize a Starbucks. They voted 2-1 to do so, and that is difficult literally in almost any company in America, but particularly in Starbucks. Starbucks has not had an amazing track record in welcoming unionization efforts in the past. Back in 2019, in fact, we have a write-up here about some of what they'd done to try to stop one of their stores in Philadelphia from unionizing, saying that the ALJ found that Starbucks closely monitored public social media activity, attempted to gauge employees' support for the employees' efforts, unlawfully spied on protected conversations one of the employees initiated with coworkers. And so they've also used tactics like shutting down some stores so that employees have to change from working in one store to flooding into another, which can potentially upset months or possibly years of organizing in anticipation of unionization efforts. And we also want to talk about one thing. There's an individual, Brittany Harrison, a Starbucks worker in Arizona, who was fired and says that she believes the reason she was fired was because she recorded a conversation, a company conversation that was critical of the unionization effort, specifically in Buffalo, the successful one from yesterday. Let's show you a little bit of that video.
The meeting started with my district manager saying, let's talk about what's going on in Buffalo. It kind of all unraveled from there, and they started talking about the union, why the union is bad, why the union doesn't align with Starbucks missions and values, why partners who want to be part of the union aren't true partners to Starbucks.
So look, over the years, we've talked about a lot of different techniques that these companies use. There was also recently, Francesca's gonna get a kick out of that. There was a great episode of John Oliver like a month or two ago where he talked about a few of the most common tactics that are used. And you see them cropping up in these recent attempts at unionization, being used at Kellogg's, being used by Starbucks. And so luckily, at least in this one store, it was successful. And the idea is that not only is that good for the employees working at the particular store, but might be inspirational for others in the area, perhaps around the country, who are looking to unionize at Starbucks. We'll certainly have to see. But it is good news that, especially considering what happened with Kellogg's, that we have a little bit of good news coming out of this one store.
Very good news. And the spark is just beginning. I mean, this workers are on fire right now. They totally understand. I think one good residual, if there are good things we can find in the pandemic, is that workers are starting to stand up and really demand what they deserve. They're mad as hell. They're not going to take it anymore. And so for every union that is created and for union workers who are striking right now, all of that makes the whole and will continue to push up wages and work conditions for all, both unionized workers and non-unionized workers. So yeah, I'm glad we got a little good news this evening.
Take that, Howard Schultz. Ha, ha, ha. That'll teach you to run for president again. You unicorn frappuccino of a man. No, it's such a weird
That sounds kind
guy.
of cool, actually.
For sure, yeah. I mean, again, I was saying about the National Labor Relations Board. I think this is an instance where they made a good judgment, good call, which is that one store could unionize without the other stores in the city. And that's really good because it would have been way harder to get all of those workers in the other stores to agree, yes, we want a union, but it allows still that momentum to continue. So of course, I do think that this will inspire other stores, not just in Buffalo, but around the country to also unionize. And that's how it starts. And Starbucks is so interesting, right? Because their whole brand, right? Like, how long has Fox News been like, you mochaccino drinking, venti, blah, blah, blah. It's always like the elites, of Starbucks. And they, whether it's their lighting or their sort of soft jazz or the fact that they were like paying people $9 an hour for the first time. And this was years ago, right? Yeah. Now they're not even paying $15 yet. But like, they've always prized themselves on being kind of the liberal, cool employers. Hey, you get a free Spotify account when you become not a worker, but a partner here at Starbucks. Like, no, bro, just pay us and allow us to form a union. Like, don't make us work long hours. Don't like change up our schedules. Basic things that service workers know, how difficult it is. Put someone in place so that we don't have to enforce mask regulations. Get someone who's like checking people at the door, et cetera. All these things that, companies not just in minimum wage companies, but even big tech companies are like, you get free haircuts. No, you can't unionize. Like, no, you're not gonna buy us off with some of these weirdo perks. Just let us form a union.
Yeah, little known fact actually, if you pay people more, they can then buy Spotify and or haircuts if that's what they want to spend their money on actually.
And
yeah, you were reading my mind on that one, John. I was about to say that and or hell, give us the Spotify haircut and the raise. We take it all.
Yep, and some healthcare and childcare. Thanks.
Yes.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.